Hi, I'm Carolyn Kolb with Wind Dancer Garden in Salem, Oregon. I would like to cover some questions that I would ask you if you came to the nursery or you contacted me regarding adding some grasses to your particular yard. These are the questions that I would ask you. First of all, sun or shade. That's a really important thing because you just don't want to plant a sun-loving grass in a shady area. You'd just be really disappointed. So first of all, sun or shade, and how much sun. 6 hours of sun is considered full sun. So we can also do a little bit less sun with some variegation in the leaves. That's the first question. The second question is, well, how tall do you want it? Because if you're wanting to screen out the neighbor's window, then you might want a Miscanthus giganteus that's 10 or 12 feet tall. But if you were looking to put a grass in a pot, that probably wouldn't be your first choice. So how tall do you want the grass? And what shape do you want it? Do you want it to grow very narrow and upright, like maybe a Carl Forester, Calamagrostis Carl Forester, which would, be a wonderful screening type of a plant, very upright. Or you might want a Miscanthus like Gracillimus that is very vase-shaped, so it's narrow at the bottom and comes out at the top and blooms quite late. But if you have that sort of shape, then you can plant other plants around the bottom. You could also have mounding plants. You can have plants that are really tall and narrow or tall and broad. A lot of different types, anywhere from a few inches tall to 16 feet tall. Our Rhododendron is 16 feet tall. Grows that much in 1 year. You can almost hear it grow in the summer. Also, color is a factor. There are a lot of different colors for ornamental grasses, anywhere from greens, yellows, lime greens, blues, and any combination thereof. A lot of variegations of creams and whites. So I'll ask you what the color of your house is, because that sometimes makes a difference in the color of the grasses that will look good. If you have a yellowish tone on your yard, then it's a good idea to use a yellowish tone in the grasses rather than a white tone. And also, do you want it evergreen or deciduous? If you're trying to block out a neighbor's window, it would be really nice to have it evergreen. And in that case, I recommend a lot the clumping bamboo. They'll grow anywhere from 8 to 15 feet tall, and they're evergreen, so they will block out whatever you want year-round. So another question I'll ask is, how are you going to use this grass? Do you want it in a pot? Do you want it as a border plant? Do you want it as a focal point or as a screen? So that will make a difference because we can choose the proper shape and height depending on how you want to use this particular grass. And another really important question is, how much water will this grass be receiving? Because if it's not going to be getting water much at all in the second year, then we'll need to know that to choose a really drought-tolerant plant. A lot of the Caraxes will need steady water in the summer, and I know a lot of you have irrigation systems that would provide that. I also recommend a drip system for places that might not get regular irrigation from your sprinkler system. It's a good way of just getting the water to drip right down on the roots of the grass, and you don't waste any, you don't have the weeds growing in between because you've watered everything. Also, I recommend, if you ask me what type of mulch to use, I would definitely use compost as opposed to bark dust. And the grasses don't need fertilization every year. If you just put compost around the drip line of the grasses, you don't want to put it over the crown because they don't like having compost over their crowns, but around the edge. That provides enough nutrients for them to get through and to grow 10 or 12 feet in 1 year. So thank you very much. I hope that helps you in your design questions.